we get started this morning, 24-hour temperature cast. I think like yesterday, a lot of us are going to get to those middle 90s and spend several hours there. Saw 93s, 94s, 95s yesterday. Probably going to see exactly the same numbers again today. And it all hinges on who's able to get a couple of showers. It was nice to see a couple of those showers pop up even north of I-10. Most of the activity stayed to the south, stayed to the southeast, and most of it will do the same thing again today. But there, at least there's some chances we get a couple. And the more showers that we're able to find this afternoon, the better chance we have to calm down some of that heat. I think a lot of us are going to get hot fast, stay hot for a while, and then hopefully see those temperatures get knocked down. On the radar this morning, here's the one spot I'm seeing a few showers, maybe getting closer and closer to Dog Island. It's not much. These are trying to just sort of linger right where they are against the Franklin County coast and Barrier Island. So we'll watch this for the next little while, and we'll see as these maybe continue to drift a little bit from east to west. Now, I don't think we're going to find a lot of activity early today. I think it's going to be about that hazy sunshine early to get those temperatures climbing. We'll look at those two rows of temperature numbers right now. Thomasville, 73 degrees. Valdosta, 75. Tallahassee, 77. That's the air temperature. Then we go to the dew point temperature. Thomasville 73, Valdosta 74, Tallahassee 75. That's why your glasses fog up when you step outside. That's why it feels so icky, sticky, gross out there. When those get up over 70, it's uncomfortable. When they get up over 75, it's really uncomfortable. And when they get closer to 80, when we do get a few showers and storms, it's when you get some of those bigger ones with the wind gusts and the heavy rain. We had some of those yesterday afternoon, yesterday evening, and we can have some of those again today with all of this abundant available moisture. Now, most of the numbers right now are in that 73 to 77 range, and they're not going to move a whole lot over the next couple of hours. If there's a breeze, and there is a little bit of one from the northeast, that's doing a pretty good job of stirring things up, so we don't see as much of that patchy fog like we had this time yesterday morning. A couple of spots like Homerville, like Moultrie, like Valdosta, very small reductions in visibility out there. We see how some of the showers have been trying to move a little bit from south and east to west, maybe a little northwest, but a lot of it is just going to drift and linger about. We'll see more showers get going way out east today and try to move into our area. It does feel just like we saw yesterday. I-10 and south will be the best opportunities for the most showers because that northeast wind flow just makes it harder for the sea breeze, which is usually our trigger mechanism to get the showers going. Well, that gets pinned up against the coast when you have a overwhelming flow from the north or northeast. So because of that, it makes it more difficult to get those showers spread into more areas. And that's why in South Georgia especially, but even north of I-10, it ends up getting hot and staying hot for longer because we end up with fewer showers. Now, once we get past maybe today and tomorrow, we start to look for the next little change. And I think that little change comes with some drier air involved. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to really drastically change the way it feels outside. But maybe we start talking hot without as much humid, and that could be a little something working in our favor. I also think that means limited showers are going to stick around for several days. Limited does not mean zero. There will still be some showers, but I don't think big rainy days are what's on tap this week. I think quite the opposite. I think those showers are going to be kind of few and far between. Let's check on Hurricane Erin. Right now, winds down to 115 miles per hour, so getting a little bit weaker. The motion is to the northwest at 7. Okay, so we'll continue to monitor this. Here are all the islands of the Bahamas. It's far enough north where the main brunt is still offshore, but those islands are definitely getting some impacts. This is expected to start making that turn more and more to the north today. It started a little bit yesterday, and it'll continue today. There's a few things in the way, so it can't get close enough to the U.S. coast to cause any major issues. That subtropical ridge out over the Atlantic no longer helping to push it more towards the west. So the steering mechanisms are lining it up to stay in that sweet spot between Bermuda and the United States. Of course, we'll keep watching. It's a big system, and those impacts will be far-reaching. Huge surf up and down the east coast of the United States, but even some of the areas in the Carolinas, like the Outer Banks and areas out there, they could certainly feel some minor impacts from this system. So yeah, we'll continue to watch it. Maybe it doesn't look as healthy today as it did yesterday, and a lot of the convection and the more bigger showers and storms are east of that center, but we'll certainly continue to monitor this as it starts making more and more of that turn to the north. This morning, there are two other areas behind it. One that we started watching yesterday, one coming off of Africa. Both have some potential for development over the next week or so. So yeah, both something we're going to watch. And one of the things about them that we're going to watch is that same subtropical ridge that is helping to steer now Erin more to the north will push these a little farther south. And then they'll start to move across the ocean, but they're going to start farther south, which usually raises some eyebrows about potential where they could go down the road. So we're not going to get excited. We're not going to get worried about them just yet. but we're going to keep our eyes on these and understand that these are going to start farther south, and that brings more of the Caribbean into play down the road. So we've got things to watch all week with the tropics. We expect it. It's getting to the end of August here. The peak of the Atlantic hurricane season is in the first couple of weeks of September. So we're getting to the busiest time of the year, and it's certainly getting busy out there. Winds on the waters today, east and northeast up to 15 knots, seas 1 to 3 feet. Hazy sun, let's call it muggy out there this morning. 70s are going to become 90s real fast. A lot of us spend most of the afternoon in the mid-90s. I'll leave the rain chance around 40%. I hope we get some showers. We need them. Otherwise, so much hot today and so much humid. Tonight, more muggy. Any showers fizzle out. We keep it real muggy overnight. And you see how those afternoon temperatures continue to increase today, tomorrow, Thursday. We saw a bunch of 94s yesterday. We're going to see a bunch of them again today. Maybe by Friday and the weekend, the afternoon showers can start to become a little bit more numerous, and maybe then we can calm the heat down a little bit. I would love to bring those temperatures down a little bit more, but I need to see a few more things. And for these next 2 or 3 days, got to expect big time, long duration hot.